My books have finally arrived from London, Cambridge, and I'll just show you some of them. Okay, so here's the box that they came in. And I've already started handing out some of these books to my friends. Yeah, this is what I've got left. So I've got books. These are my books. I'll probably read one of the poems in the books. Okay, so London, Cambridge publishers, my book, Whispers in Time, Liesl Kippen. And the title was given to me by my son, my little one, Adam. He chose this title and I decided to use it. And as you can see, I've still got my Christmas tree up and running. Haven't taken that down yet. Yeah, it's just a fantastic environment and atmosphere with the Christmas tree up. And I've still got heaps of gifts I need to say thank you for. And thank you to the people for giving them to me. At any rate, yep, here's my books. So, I've got a number of books. And then I've also got pamphlets. A number of these as well. So when I say a number, they're between 50 and 100. These are my pamphlets from the publishers. And then these are my bookmarks. About 50 of these. Okay, so heaps of bookmarks. I'm just going to put them on side, my bookmarks. Once again, I'm using one hand while I hold the phone with the other. And postcards, about 50 of these as well from my book. And then posters. I'll just pull out one. Heaps of posters over here. As you can see, I'm just going to pull out one poster if I can. And that's what it looks like. So that's a poster of my book. So, one more time. I've got, they gave me 25 of my books. Okay. Whispers in Time, Liesl Kippen. They gave me, I think, 100 of the pamphlets and order forms. Okay, if anyone's interested. I've got 50 bookmarks. Okay, 50 bookmarks. Just push them all to the side. And then I've got this poster. Wow, I've got a number of posters as well. So these are normally given by the publishers when I do book signing, etc., etc. Now they have invited me to go over to London, Cambridge to go and do some book signing. And normally when that happens, they give me these copies so that I can hand out to people. And also I give them a copy of a bookmark, as well as have my posters up. And then, of course, my order forms and the postcards. So all of these are for my book signings and also to hand out to friends and family. Okay, so I'll look firstly at my book. I'll leave for last because I'm going to read a poem. But this is what my poster looks like. So, Whispers in Time. So it says here, inside this treasure trove of morsels to feed on, compassionate, challenging, and powerfully inspirational, they prompt reflective and ponderous thought and capture the quintessence of body, heart, mind, and soul. Through its leisurely and nonchalant walks through life, Whispers in Time illustrate vim, vigor, and vitality as it passionately grapples with the day-to-day moments of our lives. This soliloquy provides a subtly endearing and spirited ambiance, which is flawless and exquisite in its orchestration and makeup. Its whispered utterances are wickedly yet delicately satisfying and reminiscent, while its mystical air holds intrigue that invigorates. Whispers in Time caresses and captivates the imagination with indulgent elements that awaken and ignite our senses and thoughts. And then Liesl Kippen, Austin Macaulay Publishers, London, Cambridge. And it's got all of the information there as well. So that's the poster, okay. My bookmark looks like this. At the back, it's got exactly the same bits of information as well. So I'm not going to read through that. I've already read through that on the poster. That's 2. And then the postcard, if I can get a hold of the postcard. And just sift through everything here. Oh, that's pamphlets. Hold on, I'll find the postcards soon. There we go. Pretty little postcards. There you go. So that's 3. So my poster, my postcards, my bookmarks, the pamphlets, which look like this. And it also has that same information as well. And then it's just ordering. And then last but not least is my book, okay, which I absolutely love. I love all my work. because I put much time and effort into all of it. But I love this. So if you have a look at the book, at the back, it's got the same information as well. And in the front, it's got a bit of my history. So just a quick read through of this. Lisa Kippen Lawrence, that was my maiden name, has had many years of teaching experiences in both primary and secondary school settings. She has held leadership positions and has coached, mentored, and provided support to teachers in a variety of learning areas: English, writing, maths, thinking curriculum, and assessment, on a number of educational platforms in her leadership role. Lisa is passionate about writing and has achieved great success in encouraging students to write and enjoy critical thinking experiences. She has demonstrated many exemplary teaching skills to engage students and to support teachers in the teaching of writing. Her writers' workshops have been highly successful with Victorian teachers. She has a huge passion for writing and endeavors to share this with her readers. Okay, and inside this book, I've got 31 poems. So, Whispers in Time, 31 poems. And there's a bit of information here which I'd like to read as well. So let's see if I can get some information happening here. Okay. I'd like to say a special thank you to my family, who've always been a pillar of strength for me. They are Beatrice Lawrence, my mum; Peter Lawrence, my dad; Maurice Lawrence, my sister; Joshua Kippen, my son; Adam Kippen, my son; Caleb Ogle, my nephew; and Joel Ogle, my nephew. Thank you so much for everything you have said and done to make my dream a reality. I will forever be indebted to you, my dear family. I am truly grateful and appreciative. And I'd like to add a special note of acknowledgement to Austin Macaulay Publishers for their assistance and support throughout the publication process of my book. Thank you for believing in me and for taking a chance with me, for enabling me to accomplish my dream, and for enabling me to bring my passion for writing to the fore. Thank you for inspiring me to unleash my creativity and explore my passion for life through my poetry. And I've got a number of poems here. Give me 1 second. I have a table of contents. There's the first 16. And my COVID poem is in this book as well. Let's just go to my COVID poem, because that's pretty much what started my journey, my writing journey. Okay, COVID moments. The day has finally dawned when my students I will see. I think of their last day of term, when they were not filled with glee. No one could quite comprehend then what the future would pan out to be. Everywhere we turned looked bleak with uncertainty. Televisions, radios, networks, and international media too all spoke of gloom and doom and the chaos that would ensue. Questions were thrown everywhere, and no answers could be found, for no one at the time had a clue of what was going on around. Knowledge then was limited, and stories fled quite fast. Some of us were doubtful of how long this uncertainty would last. Each had their own version of how matters would unfold. Some versions were quite interesting, while others daunting yet bold. Kiddywinks finished school on the last day, while others some days before. They all pondered and brainstormed about whether schooling would continue anymore. For some, it seemed strangely odd, a trifle intense and bizarre, that a tiny little virus could travel both near and far. But then the hysteria had taken root, and the maddening frenzy was in full force, as toilet rolls became the victims, with everybody hunting for their source. Mayhem some madness soon took over and selfishness prevailed as stockpiling took center stage and all sanity was derailed. What started out in China soon moved around real quick, and in 2 shakes of a duck's tail, the entire world began to get sick. COVID's rounds had begun, first in Wuhan's shadows undetected, but within days it grew bolder and took the lives of those it affected. Theories circulated and accelerated as countries all shut down. Lockdown and isolation took hold in every town. Sanitary and detergents were deemed valuable as gold. They were hunted down fervently in every outlet where they were sold. People kept their distance and were advised to stay at home. They were not allowed to socialize, congregate, or roam. Safety measures were put in place to lower COVID cases. These were finally adhered to as masks were put on faces. More theories and anecdotes address COVID-19 hygiene. While everywhere around the globe COVID's impact could be seen, the world moved hesitantly and in fear as a deep-seated terror took hold. It seemed like a small number of people invited God into their fold. It soon became apparent that COVID was here to stay. That's when fervent prayers were ushered upwards to God in every way. Unity, strength, and compassion became global, pivotal tools as countries sought to communicate on how to administer worldwide COVID rules. One by one, each nation began to take a stand. With boldness and confidence, some with Bibles in their hand. They braved the many onslaughts of politics and more, but little did they know that another avalanche was in store. Tired and exhausted and weary from it all, everyone now reminisces about how COVID made us fall. No one would have imagined a world abruptly standing still and sinking solemnly to its knees while COVID killed and had a feel. Nali could go on with this poem and never completely stop, because writing is what ignites a fuel and keeps a soul on the hop. However, she'll quench the urge to indulge you and stifle her desire to write more, because today is all students' first day back with recounts and escapades galore. And that is one of the poems, my first poem, that started me on this writing journey. But another one I like, hold on, don't know if I'm going to find it now. I think it's, oh, there we go, that's the one. And this is the one that I was invited to read to the public when it was Casey Woman of the Year Award, and I was invited by Bakhtar community, Afghan community, to read my poem, and this was the poem I actually read. Out of the ashes we rise. Against all odds we persevere. Amidst all pain we thrive. Through the challenges we shed a tear, but out of the ashes we rise. Life knows how to knock us down and drag us to the hilt. It attacks our very inner core and leaves us there to wilt. Our body lacks the energy. Our voices lack the sounds. Our hearts lack all feeling. Obstacles are devilishly on their rounds. Life robs us of our euphoric joy. It takes away our peace, then seeks to imprison us in cells that have no keys. It strives to dismantle and unhinge our settled state with intimidation that unnerves, propagates, and excites hate. Life's obstacles are brutally bold. They storm their way right in. Every area of our life they are deviously determined to win. They brutishly devour any vestige of sanity and fervently gnaw at all forms of modest vanity. Adversity comes in all forms. It doesn't discriminate. Its goal is to handicap, destroy, or devastate. Unending torment and oppression, agonizing misery and pain, torturous suffering and deprivation wrapped up in sadness and shame. Challenges seek to consume us, demolish and annihilate, attacking our thought processes as we collapse under their weight. They ridicule, they chide, they ostracize, quite snide. They dominate, they grip, they injure, they rip. Yeah, it's a bit of a long poem. That's why I'm not reading the verses in between. I'm just going to the main ones. Okay. While dazed upon the ground we lie, breathless from it all, we analyze our mishaps and our obstacles caused our fall, while aggressively seeking to ravage and painstakingly ensnare. All that they served to achieve was a temporary rip and tear. Momentarily knocked off our feet or pinned against a wall, these challenges of life have enabled us to stand tall. They've sharpened our character, our resilience, now the prison of Fort Knox. Their delusional plans to control us inside life's deplorable box. They've pushed us to our limits until we've reached our max, our breaking point now visited and evident from our tracks. Through it all, we've endured and survived every foiled attack. We've sustained the many onslaughts with scars sketched raw on our back. From life's many experiences, we've learned a thing or two, that harboring ill feeling disempowers and impairs us too. Challenges have made us strong. They've developed our inner strength. Life has become more meaningful in breadth, width, and length. While we can't change our experiences, we can learn from them and grow. They've sharpened our varied perspectives. They've enhanced all that we know. Out of circumstances, fiery flames, we've been forged from tenacious stuff, made to withstand pressure like a chiseled diamond in the rough. Life's challenges may have crippled us, but our temperaments remains, where we can laugh in adversity's face and smile at all our newfound gains. Having ventured through the fires, we've been reborn like pure gold, celebrating our enthralling victories. From the burnt ashes, these phoenix emerge bold. Against all odds, we persevere. Amidst all pain, we thrive. Through the challenges, we shed a tear, but out of the ashes, we rise. It's one of my favorite poems in this book. Now, I could read all of them, but I won't. Just wanted to show you that my books have arrived, and yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I'm thrilled, and that's the cover of my book. So thankful, and thank you, mighty God, for giving me the ability to write these poems and for helping me to follow my dreams and to actually get my dream achieved and to get my goal reached. So thank you very much. I'm happy that I've now got my 4th book, Whispers in Time, my poetry book that is published. Yeah, happy and thrilled. And yeah, I will post one more picture of my book and all the different booksellers that have it in their store. Officially, my book should be published on the 2nd of February, but I see, yeah, I have checked around online and I've seen a number of bookshops and booksellers that have begun to advertise my book. So once again, thanks all for your belief in me, and mighty God, thank you so much for this wonderful privilege and opportunity to have my 4th book published. And that is Whispers in Time with my box from FedEx.